And here we are. Alright, gonna be doing some dancey dances real fast to get this stream shared, and then here we go. Just doing a little sharing here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. So, we are rebooking we're rebooking the last 25 years of professional wrestling. If you want to know where to find the databases for Pro Wrestling Sim, just go to BeTheBooker.net. But Pro Wrestling Sim downloads, I'm using the 1997 Montreal Aftermath. Before we go over what has happened since the last time I've been live, let's just look at a few of these things. We still got Lionheart, Chris Jericho. I just signed the Natural, Dustin Rhodes, put him back together with his father. DDP's the World Heavyweight Champion right now. Goldberg, the Television Champion. Hall and Nash are still the Tag Team Champions. And we just crowned the first ever Hardcore Champion in Raven. Scott Hall, of course, also the United States Champion. The Rock did get his shot at the world title, was world champion, and DDP took the title from him. So let's go over the last few events that we have had here in this save. So, if you remember World War III that happened, that was the very first pay-per-view we booked, and it was right here on our YouTube. So let's go to Starrcade. At Starrcade, Chris Jericho defended the Cruiserweight Championship versus Eddie Guerrero. The match was a 91. We were sold out in the Georgia Dome. 6.7 million views. Bret Hart made his in-ring debut versus longtime friend, fellow Canadian Chris Benoit. Bret Hart picks up the win. It's 100%. The Outsiders would take the tag titles from the Steiner Brothers here at Starrcade. 97%. Goldberg would beat Raven to become the television champion. 2 out of 3 falls match. DDP was trying to get the belt back against Scott Hall and failed to do so. That match was 100%. The Rock would make his in-ring debut versus the Nature Boy Ric Flair and would beat Ric Flair with 100%. And the iconic Sting and Hogan match, Sting picking up the World Heavyweight Championship. But then after this match, this time, the Outsiders would attack Hulk Hogan, betraying the NWO and forming the Clique with the debut of Triple H. Now, we would roll in with that. We would roll into the first pay-per-view of 1998. The following weekend of the Royal Rumble, it was sold out. 42,000 people in attendance, 5.8 million views. A little less than Starrcade. Lionheart, Chris Jericho defended the Cruiserweight Championship versus Alex Wright, would be beating Alex Wright in an 83%. Chris Jericho would be donned to the Lionheart Chris Jericho after joining the Hart Foundation, becoming an honorary Hart. Then, in a tag team eliminator match, the Horsemen would beat Kurt Hennig and Disco Inferno of the NWO, and the Horsemen would pick up the win, 80%. Goldberg defended the television title against Conan, beating Conan with a 93%. Raven and DDP in a no DQ match, or a Raven's Rules match, actually. DDP picks up the win, 93%. Savage and Flair for the presidency of WCW, and Savage would become the president of WCW. Roddy Piper, of course, would be talking about how he's going to beat Sting for the world title earlier on in the night. 98%. And then it was the Click versus the NWO, Hogan, Bischoff, Vincent, and The Rock. And the Click would pick up the win, 94%. Sting and Piper for the world title, 98%. And The Rock, being the World War III winner, knowing that at the next pay-per-view he gets the title shot, he would attack and hit the rock bottom on Sting to end that pay-per-view. Now we roll into February, and we hosted we hosted Super Brawl. 40,000 people, 6 million views, again in the Georgia Dome. Chris Jericho defending the Cruiserweight Championship versus Dean Malenko, 81%. Jericho retained. In the Bowery match, DDP taking on Raven. DDP picks up the win, 87%. For the World Tag Team Championship, the Hart Foundation battled the Outsiders. The Outsiders retained at 93%. Hart Foundation would win a tag title tournament to get there. Then, for the leadership of the New World Order, Savage and Hogan would go to war. And, of course, with NWO's help, Hulk Hogan would remain the leader of the New World Order, 100%. Goldberg then defended the television title against the Giant, beating the Giant, 93%. Ric Flair and Roddy Piper in the Icon versus Icon match that was built all that month. Ric Flair would be beating Piper there. And then for the World Heavyweight title, The Rock versus Sting, and The Rock would beat Sting for the World Heavyweight Championship to become the new World Champion. Now, we go to Uncensored. Rey Mysterio Jr. would finally dethrone Lionheart Chris Jericho in his reign of terror to become the new Cruiserweight Champion, 91%. Filthy Animals would celebrate. It was a mask versus title for the Cruiserweight Championship. Then in a tag team title eliminator, Harlem Heat versus the Horsemen. The Horsemen would pick up the win. Dusty and Dustin would make an iconic entrance into the Hardcore Battle Royal where Raven would become the first ever Hardcore Champion. And then for the United States title, Bret Hart won the United States Championship tournament to get here. Scott Hall defending versus Bret. 100% Scott Hall beats Bret. After Super Brawl, Scott turned on Rick Steiner. It would lead up to Uncensored Scott versus Rick No DQ. Scott Steiner beats Rick, 93%. Television title Goldberg versus the Icon Roddy Piper. 100% Goldberg streak intact. World Tag Team titles, the Brothers in Paint, Sting and Vampiro taking on the Outsiders. The Outsiders pick up the win, 94%. Ric Flair versus Randy Savage once again for the presidency of WCW. Savage retains the presidency of WCW. Terry Funk would attack Ric Flair, putting him through a table. That would get a 91%. Hogan versus Kevin Nash, one-on-one, number one contendership for the world title. Kevin Nash beating Hogan. He's the new number one contender for the championship. The Rock cutting a promo on DDP about how he's going to lay it to smackdown on his candy ass and leave Georgia as the world champion. 100%. And then the one-on-one world heavyweight title match. DDP finally becomes the world heavyweight champion, 100%. Now, with that, we had a little struggle with the finances since then, but we are going on and up and up and up. Popularity also went from a 85 all the way up to a 97.2 in North America. Uncensored was the last pay-per-view we did. We got Spring Stampede in 20 days. And let's see what we can book for Nitro. Obviously, I think we're going to kick it off here with DDP coming to the ring in hot fashion. Jesus, I gotta learn how to spell today. So we're gonna have a little war of words between DDP and Kevin Nash to kick off Monday Nitro. And then we're also going to have a good old 8-man tag to kick it off. First match of the night. Filthy Animals are going to take on the Hart Foundation. Jericho's wanting his belt back. Jushin Thunder Liger versus Juventud Guerrera. And I think we'll go Ultimo Dragon here. Triple threat match. Good little cruiserweight match here. And then Gene Okerlund is going to interview the president of WCW, no longer a part of the NWO, the leader of the Madness, Macho Man Randy Savage. First, we got to have him make his iconic entrance. Oh, what up, Mach? Ooh, yeah. But Macho Man is going to talk about how at Spring Stampede it is Big Sexy Kevin Nash and Diamond Dallas Page for the world title. But what I want everybody to know right now is that at Spring Stampede we're going to have ourselves a triple threat match. Yeah, it's going to be myself, the Macho Man Randy Savage, and that scum Hulk Hogan, and that old shriveled up sumbitch, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Flair versus Hogan versus Macho for the president of WCW, announced for Spring Stampede. Capitalize the H in Hogan here. I actually have to do one more thing. There we go. Flair versus Hogan versus Macho for the president of WCW, announced for Spring Stampede. And now it is time for Goldberg to once again have a television title bout. This time against Booker T. What a rush. All right, we're in the final hour of Nitro now, so you know what that means. Time to see a little clicky click, baby. Click gonna make their way to the ring with the debut of Shawn Michaels. The Click are in full fashion. The New World Orders and make their way to the ring. It's a time for a war of words between the New World Order of Wrestling, brother, and the Click. HBK then challenges Hogan tonight. And Shawn's not waiting. Shawn's looking to make an impact. It is Shawn Michaels. And it is Hollywood Hulk Hogan. And then, of course, a brawl breaks out between the New World Order and the Click. Alright, so DDP and Kevin Nash's segment get to 98. And the Hart Foundation beat the Filthy Animals, which means Jericho will get his rematch some point down the road. Jericho cuts a promo about how he is the best cruiserweight in the world. Ultimo Dragon gets a 4-star match. He beats Liger and Juventud. Flair versus Hogan versus Macho announced at Spring Stampede for the presidency of WCW. They get to 92. Goldberg gets a 93% beating Booker T for the television title. Promo about the faction that Paul Ellering is trying to create. What a rush. And then a 94 segment with the brawl and promo with HBK challenging Hogan. And it's 100%. And Shawn Michaels beats Hogan in his Nitro debut. And then a brawl to 96. And the show is at 94. We gained 0.8 popularity in North America. We are still at the top. We did a 3.8 in America. And Raw did a 2.3. Hell yeah. Nitro overall got a 4.2. So, hell yeah, we got 4.2. Nitro made attendance of 40,478. I actually want to go through something real fast because I want to see if I'm just in. Am I just in? Okay, no region set. Alright. Alright, I just want to make sure. Alright, it's time for Thunder. And we're kicking off Thunder pretty hot and heavy. The Click's coming out. They're going to celebrate their win on Nitro. They're super excited about it. But then the Hart Foundation come out. And it's time for a war of words. It's time for Brett and Sean to discuss what happened in Montreal. Both men have left. Both men are in WCW. And both men are looking for answers. So at Spring Stampede, it will be HBK versus Bret Hart for Spring Stampede to settle the war. One final time. Opening match here is going to be Rey Mysterio defending the Cruiserweight Championship versus new number one contender, Ultimo Dragon. But then after the match, old Lionheart's going to beat up Rey Mysterio. He wants Rey's mask. Final hour of Thunder. Little 8-man tag between the NWO and the Clique. The Rock speaks for the first time since losing the WCW World title. The Rock challenging Triple H for Spring Stampede. And then tonight we're going to see the match of the icons. Piper, Flair, Savage versus The Rock, Hogan. Who could the NWO get to join their ranks for one night? No, they get Terry Funk. Vamp and Sting still want tag gold. Here we go. Thunder. 96% with HBK versus Bret Hart announced for Spring Stampede. Rey Mysterio beats Ultimo Dragon 4 stars to retain the Cruiserweight title. He gets attacked by Jericho at an 83. The NWO versus the Click. The Click, of course, pick up the win. The Rock challenging Triple H. It's 100%. And the NWO beat the Legends of WCW. Vampiro and Sting still want tag gold. 95 for Thunder. 2.8 million views in America. Overall did a 6.6. Jesus Christ. Where did the rest of the views come from? Good God. It's 37,000 people. It's wild here. Alright, so yeah, Super Calo, that's not happening. You're not getting your main event spot, I'm sorry. See what happened on ECW. Tommy Dreamer beat Al Snow. Kronos beat Little Guido. New Jack beat Tracy Smothers. And Candido beat Draws. I mean, not bad. Little Nitro, I guess. Yeah, I don't care, Super Calo. Dave Boy, you want a tag? You want a title match? You got it. Paul Turner has entered the wrestling world in March 23rd, 1998. The fact we're almost in April, we got Spring Stampede coming up, we got Clash of Champions coming up. I got a lot of contracts to renew in the next couple months. Brian Adams, yeah, we're going to renew you. Blacktop Bully, you're going bye-bye. Mike, today we'll end up renewing you. Kenny Chaos, you're probably gone. Rey Mysterio, you're definitely getting renewed. Larry Spisco, you're getting renewed. Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker, probably not. Ray Trailer, we'll do something with you. Slamboree's 55 days away. The Great American Bash, 83. That's 83 days? Yeah, 83 days away. So, let's take a look at something real fast. Raven needs to defend the hardcore title soon. Scott Hall, 120 days, 4 title defenses. Rey Mysterio, 8 days. Page, 8 days. Hall and Ash, 85. Alright, so Monday Nitro. We're going to begin our 3-hour telecast with, you guessed it, The Click. And the Click's going to come out. They're going to have a good little promo about their matches coming up at Spring Stampede. Sean's got Brett. Hunter's got Rock. Nash has got Page. Scott Hall's looking to defend the WCW Cruiserweight Championship, or the United States Championship. And Six is wanting something. So Six has announced that tonight Six will compete in a four-way for number one contendership for the Cruiserweight title. We're not done here. Enter. The Hart Foundation comes out because they have just had it with the Clique already. Playing their political bullshit. They've had it up to here with the Clique already. Jericho's not having it. He thinks he's number one contender, though he just lost the title. So Jericho's in the match tonight. Because that match happens right now. Because I got big plans for Jericho. So Syxx is going to battle. It's in a four-way. So we know Ultimo Dragon was the last number one contender. So we're going to give him a shot at redemption here. And we know that Psychosis and Juvi 2 were the two men that Jericho took the masks from during his reign of terror. So Psychosis is going to enter it. And Chris Jericho, of course, will be a part of this four-way dance. And it's going to be a 15-minute match. And we're going to put Syxx over because we got plans for Jericho. So it's going to be Syxx and Mysterio at Spring Stampede for the Cruiserweight title. Then we're going to have a promo here. Who's next? Who is next to take on Goldberg for the television championship and attempt to dethrone that man? And out through the curtain comes Bam Bam Bigelow. We've been waiting on him to make his debut. We know that we got plans for Bam Bam and the Jersey City Triad. He gets an insane pop. And we're immediately just going to have a brawl between Goldberg and Bam Bam. No talking was done. Bam Bam comes out. He eyeballs Goldberg. And it's balls to the wall. Bam Bam versus Goldberg for Spring Stampede. Chris Jericho's going to come back out to the ring. He is very upset. And he has said that seeing as how a Clique member costed him the Cruiserweight Championship, he wants to battle Scott Hall at Spring Stampede for the United States Championship. Then claiming the Cruiserweights were underneath him anyway. Scott Hall's going to come out. Cut his hay a little. Hey, yo. Actually, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do War of Words between Scott Hall and Jericho. As Scott Hall goes, "Hey, yo, you wanna dance with the bad guy? You're on, Chico." Jericho and Hall at Spring Stampede for the television champion, or for the United States Championship. Alright, so now we got a match coming up. Time to get some tag team action going here. We got to make more tag teams. That's what I'm realizing here. We're going to put the Horsemen versus Steiner Brothers are no longer a thing. You know what? We're going to do the Blue Bloods. Final hour. Macho Man Randy Savage is going to make his way to the ring. He is the president of WCW, and he's going to cut a great promo on Hulk Hogan, just running him down from the days in the WWF, talking about how he's nothing but a scumbag, and hopefully the NWOites will realize it one day and open their eyes and realize that Hogan is a scumbag, and at Spring Stampede, he's gonna beat him real bad. It's gonna be a great time at Spring Stampede, the three-way for the presidency of WCW. Now it is time for What About Me? What About Raven to defend the Hardcore Championship? And he will be defending the Hardcore title against Hardcore legend Terry Funk. Little 10-minute match here. Hardcore Championship. And this match, of course, will be no disqualification. Now, Scott Steiner and Ted DiBiase is going to talk about how they beat up Little Rick at Uncensored, but then Rick Steiner has not had enough of his brother. He's going to attack Scott Steiner. And then he cuts a promo challenging Scott Steiner, a partner of his choosing, at Spring Stampede. Devon Gabbard. Sex appeal. Shut up, Devin. I do have all the sex appeal, alright? Brother with partner versus brother with partner. 20 minutes. Alright, so main event of Nitro. Ric Flair is going to go one-on-one with Lex Luger. The total package representing NWO. Oh, the Click and Brett and all them get a 99. Ooh, Six gets an 84, winning the Cruiserweight Championship, number one contender spot. Goldberg and Bam Bam get a 93. Scott Hall and Jericho get a 100. I may be on to something here. Jericho and Scott Hall may burn the house down at Spring Stampede for the U.S. title. The Horsemen win a eliminator match. Oh, Macho Man running down Hogan gets a 99. Raven beats Terry Funk 84%. Raven gets a little boost in popularity here. The Steiner Warfare gets a 92%. And Ric Flair beats Lex Luger 97 on Nitro. So let's pre-book some of the Spring Stampede stuff so I don't forget. So obviously we got Diamond Dallas Page versus Kevin Nash for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. That match is going to go 15 minutes. We're going to give them both elaborate entrances. And I also want Page to go over in this. So then we will have Goldberg versus Bam Bam. Television Championship. And this is where we're going to start introducing some people because we're we're also going to have Road Warrior Animal show up, and that's where Goldberg is going to retain the television championship. Let him cook. There's a storyline here. And then we got Macho Man versus Flair versus Hollywood Scum Hogan. That match is going to go 15 minutes. 3-way for president of WCW. And then we got Shawn versus Brett. Probably one of the biggest return matches in professional wrestling history. If this match happened in WCW because I'm going to keep Brett away from Goldberg. I'm going to keep Brett away from the world title for a little bit. We're going to go 25 minutes with Michaels and Brett. That's going to be the co-main event of the evening. So we got Goldberg and Bam Bam. We got the 3-way for the presidency. We got Shawn and Brett. Jericho and Hall for the U.S. title. United States Championship. And then we also have 6. Where the fuck are you? Right there. Nope. 6 versus Rey Mysterio for the Cruiserweight Championship. And we're going to put 6 over here. That will be the opening contest. And we will have a tag team title match booked and a hardcore title match booked. But again, we got a few episodes to get there. So right now, that's how the pay-per-view is going to be looking. Alright, so Nitro did a 4.1 in America. Overall, Nitro did a 4.597. So Thunder's kind of killing them in the views here. So Thunder's kind of becoming the A show. Let's take a look at our network deals here. Maybe because we're in ABC Australia. Maybe that's the problem. Hold on, let me see about already in Europe. There's no Africa, and there's no Oceania. Alright. Hell yeah. Alright. Nitro also had an attendance of 41,368. Alright. So we go to Thunder. And we are going to kick Thunder off with the World Heavyweight Champion, Diamond Dallas Page, making his way to the ring. He cuts a promo talking about how he has all the respect in the world for Hall and Ash. They did put him on the map when he dropped him with the Diamond Cutter in the Georgia Dome. But this time, it's his time to put the NWO and the Clique on the back burner because it is all about DDP. He talks about Kevin Nash that way. But then it didn't take long for old Big Sexy to come out. Big Sexy makes his way to the ring. And a war of words between Big Sexy and the world champion. Oh, thank you so much for the subscription, Devin. I love you so much, buddy. Oh my God, Aaron, what are you doing? Not Aaron, fucking Caleb, what are you doing? Yeah, you're right, gamer. Gaming hard or hardly gaming? Both. Both, my friends, both. Go do something at work. What are you guys doing? Why do you guys both watching my stream when you guys should I'm pretty sure both of you are working right now, too. And you're working together, so that scares me even more. How you guys even found out that I was streaming is beyond me. Alright, so. Oh. What happened here? Oh. Yes, Devin with the subscription. You guys threw me off now. Gaming harder, hardly gaming. It's gonna be my new slogan. Gaming harder, hardly. You guys threw my whole thing off now. Alright, so. First match of Thunder, here we go. Jericho's gonna go one-on-one with Six. He's upset. Where you at, Six? There you are. Scott Hall's gonna interfere, and he's gonna cost him. Oh, this isn't a pay-per-view. He's gonna cost Jericho the match. And then the Click are going to attack Chris Jericho, and this ends with Scott Hall putting Jericho, hitting him with the Razor's Edge through a table just to get his point across, because Scott Hall is the man. I am bored. Discord told us so. How did Discord tell you? Fair, though. Fair. Fair. How are you bored? It is Wednesday afternoon at the place I can't talk about on stream, but it is a Wednesday afternoon at a place that doesn't get out pizzaed. And how are you guys bored? What the hell's wrong with you? Go make me some pizza. I'll pick it up in a minute. You know how I make it. Alright, so then up next, Bret Hart has challenged a member of the Clique here tonight. And of course, who better than Canyon? No, who better? Where's he at? Then Triple H. And then a brawl will ensue between Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, because again, Montreal, ladies and gentlemen. Bret and Shawn can't let it go. James coughing in the background. I'll do it for real. Do it. Do it. Make me some food. I'll be there in a minute. Make me some wings and some pizza. You know how I make it. You think I won't? You think I got no balls? You think I won't drive up there to pick up that food? You know what kind of the best food is? Free food. That's what kind of the best food is. Then the main event of Thunder. I haven't really even thought about this yet. I normally think about the main events like ahead of time. Oh, that's right. Diamond Dallas Page has elected to team up with Sting to take on the team of... Where you at, Big Sexy? Kevin Nash and Shawn Michaels. It's probably going to be a decent little match, to be real with you. Sting's probably going to be out of breath, so we're going to go 15 minutes. Because then this leaves I wish they could just, like... I don't necessarily want a video to be played. You know what? Fuck it. Brawl time between the Hart Foundation, the Click, and let's throw DDP in there. Alright, here we go. DDP and Nash makes the tag team match for later tonight to 96. Oh, 6 beat Jericho to 91. Jericho not too happy about it, but he got a boost. 100% with the Click promo. Bret Hart beats Triple H with a 96. 4.5 star match. That is the highest rated match, I want to say, match quality wise. The whole time you come up here, I'm going home. Caleb said, same. I will fight both of you in the street naked. Bret and Shawn getting to the Brawls 100%. And Shawn and Kevin beat Sting and Diamond Dallas. It's funny that... it was DDP struggling for breath this time. Alright. And then we had a brawl, a big brawl. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash popularity ain't changing in America. But everywhere else it is, except for Africa. There's no TV deals in Africa. I need to make a TV network for Africa, I guess. We're going to call it the African Network. 97 for Thunder. Oh, it's going to have like fucking... Yeah, 6.7 million views. Almost 6.8. There was... 6,799,547 views. Oh, Paul Bear. Do I bring you? I don't think I want to bring you to WCW. Sonny Siaki has entered the wrestling world. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Oh, what happened on ECW? Shane Douglas retained the world title. Al Snow beat the Blue Meanie, and Taz beat Lance Storm. You know, I didn't even think about Lance Storm. Give me 1 second here. We might be making the Hart Foundation a little bigger. Athlete, heel... I wish I knew more wrestlers that were from Jersey that were alive this day. Hireable. Andre the Giant, Ultimate Warrior. Pillman, you're dead. Caleb's little biatch. Promise. Both of you are saying the same thing. I will promise that I will fight both of you naked in the street. Let's go. You think I won't? I hope you have me playing over the speaker at work. That would be pretty great. If you have me playing over the speaker at work, I'll make sure when a customer walks in, I just say some of the most ungodly amount of shit. You know what? It's 1998. It's time to bring the Dudleys. Bubba Ray. Devon. There's Devon. I'm not bringing Sign Guy or Chubby Dudley. Or Dances with Dudley. Or Big Dick Dudley. That will not be a thing. Have they changed their pictures at all yet? Nope. Jeff Hardy's still rocking the... I said Marty when I was looking for Matt. Little Naked Wrestling never hurt anybody. I disagree with that. I think Naked Wrestling, You do have me playing over the speaker at work? That's pretty great. I hope you do. Alright, so... I'm gonna go make some tag teams real fast. Bubba Ray. Devon. The Dudley Boys. We can also kill the Steiner brothers. Inactive. There was somebody else I was about to put together. Oh yeah, and Lance Storm. Canadian Violence. There was another tag team I was going to make, and I just forget who it was. Oh yeah, I guess I need to make Hogan and The Rock tag team. You better have me playing over the loudspeaker, you bastard. Oh, I'm gonna beat your ass, Caleb. Why? I don't know, but you know. I want everybody to know that when you work at a certain place that no one out pizzas, Connor's the best. What was I just about to do? High. I'm just gonna run you high for until 99, then I'll bump you up. This is the go-home show to Spring Stampede. We're gonna book to Spring Stampede, and then I'm gonna call it a stream there. So we're opening up Nitro. This time with the entrance of arguably the most popular professional wrestler of all time, a Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Hogan's going to come to the ring. He's going to talk about the three-way for the presidency of WCW and how when he becomes president, the NWO is going to take over like never before, Jack. And that is when the old Macho Man, Randy Savage, makes his way to the ring. And he gets into a war of words with old Slick Willie, Hollywood Hulk Hogan. But then the match is made. Ric Flair comes out and he says, well, boys, I had to wrestle before Spring Stampede, so will you. Macho Man and Hulk Hogan announced tonight. Hogan, Macho, on Thunder, in a local stadium in the United States. My dog is laying next to me. I wonder what you guys are doing now. I kind of just want to go up to work now to see what you guys are doing. But I will not be doing that. That will not be happening. Alright, first match of the night will be a tag match as Canadian Violence makes their debut, and they will take on the Horsemen. A lot of Canadian flair here. Benoit, Jericho, Storm. Then a brawl's going to break out between the Clique and the Hart Foundation. But then DDP gets his lick back. DDP will drop Kevin Nash with a diamond cutter. Alright, and then as Caleb walks around the store aimlessly, like I'm sure he will be. What was that? That was a promo, right? Yeah. Alright, so another match here. Another tag team match. The Dudley Boys make their debut against Public Enemy. Nah, 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 nah. Hey, nah, 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 nah. Hey, wrestling fans. Some wrestling fans won't get that. That's what their theme song was. Alright, so then. The next segment here is going to be Goldberg with Paul Ellering. They are talking about how Bam Bam Bigelow is going to get got. Then as we say that, Bam Bam will jump Goldberg. Man is a mammoth of a man. Alright, up next. Lex Luger upset after his loss a couple weeks ago to the Nature Boy. So Lex Luger has enlisted his help. He has looked to the NWO. And the NWO has gave him... Who should I put with Luger? I feel like I put somebody there just like for a reason to tag with Luger. Oh yeah, the Giant. The Giant and Luger take on the Brothers in Paint. Got a little 15-minute match. And then the Click are coming out here. They're going to talk about the night they're going to have at Spring Stampede when they collect all the gold. That's about it. Yeah, that's all they're going to say. And then we got 43 minutes left to book for Nitro. Scott Steiner is going to face somebody that Rick Steiner has selected for him to fight tonight. And that person is none other than the heavyweight champion of the world, Diamond Dallas Page. DDP's picking up the win here. And then in the main event of the evening, before we get to that, little promo time. The Rock's going to cut a promo on Triple H. The Rock promises to whoop his candy ass at Spring Stampede. Then it is main event time. It is Hogan. It is the Nacho Man, Randy Savage. Big pop, big pop. Here we go. So the match getting made for the main event is at 98. Oh, the Canadian Violence. Canadian Violence beat the Horsemen. The brawl between the Hart Foundation, the Click, and Diamond Dallas Page gets 100. The Diamond Cutter gets 100. The Dudley Boys pick up the win against Public Enemy. Goldberg and Bam Bam get a 94. The Brothers in Paint beat Luger and the Giant. The Click won all the gold, gets a 98. DDP beating Scott Steiner gets an 89. The Rock's promo on Triple H gets a hundo. And Hulk Hogan beats Macho Man Randy Savage with 100%. Nitro gets a 95. Billy Silverman leaves the WWF. Oh, shit. Nitro did a 3.9 in America. Raw did a 2.4. We did an overall 4.3. Alright, let's see mail here. Alright. So, go home show to Spring Stampede. It is Thunder. So, entrance here. The New World Order of Wrestling, brother. Gonna make their way to the ring, and they're gonna cut a promo about all the big things that could happen to them at Spring Stampede. Hogan could become president. The Rock could beat Triple H. Scott Steiner could finally do away with Rick Steiner. It's all looking up for the NWO in Hogan's eyes. But then the Click comes out. And they're just not going to let them have their moment, their day in the sun. New World Order and the Click get into a heated debate. The brawl breaks out between the Click and the NWO, but then one more time, twice in 1 week, this will happen. Diamond Dallas Page will drop Kevin Nash, a second Diamond Cutter. Jesus Christ. Alright, we're like a little over the final hour of Thunder here, so we're going to do an opening match segment. Chris Benoit's kind of upset that they lost to Jericho and Lance Storm, so Jericho and Benoit, opening match, 15 minutes. Promo time from the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Ric Flair's going to come out the only way that a Ric Flair can come out. Styling and profiling. Ric Flair will cut a promo about Flair will be president again. And then the next match. It will be champion versus champion. Scott Hall takes on Diamond Dallas Page in tonight's main event. 20-minute match. And then finally, Kevin Nash is going to stuff Diamond Dallas Page with a jackknife. Alright, so the opening brawl with the Diamond Cutter gets a 97. Benoit and Jericho get an 86. Jericho picks up the win. Flair gets 100%. Scott Hall beats the world champion. And then Kevin Nash drops him with a jackknife. The show is a 97 as well. We are straight cooking in Spring Stampede. Damn, nothing important is happening. Alright. No news. ECW, don't give a fuck. Alright. So we got a three-way for the president. We got... This is the pay-per-view, by the way. So... Brothers in Paint versus the Outsiders versus the Hart Foundation. Yeah, Brett, you're pulling double duty. For the Tag Team Championship, that will be up here. Oh, The Rock versus Triple H. That's a match I had booked. Alright, and then... I'm going to book a hardcore championship match. Raven. Terry Funk. Jerry Lynn. Chris Benoit. And the Natural, Dustin Rhodes. No DQ match for the Hardcore Championship. That will be the second match of the night. Let's go ahead and take the titles off the Outsiders. They don't really need them. Give them to Sting and Vamp. And we will kick the night off with Bobby Heenan, Tony Schiavone, and Mike Today talking about the pay-per-view. Alright, here we go. 78% talking about the pay-per-view. 6 wins the Cruiserweight Championship. 89%. It's a 2-star match. Raven retains the Hardcore Championship. Goldberg beats Bam Bam Bigelow. It is a 92. Sting and Vamp are the new WCW World Tag Team Champions. The Rock beats Triple H. It's 100%. Scott Hall beats Jericho. It's 100%. 3-star match. And Hulk Hogan is the new president of WCW. And Shawn Michaels beats Bret Hart again. And Diamond Dallas Page beats Kevin Nash for the World Heavyweight title in 100%. And the show gets a 96. We gain 1 whole popularity. I don't know. Did I lose the live chat? No. Okay. What happened? Work with Steven Regal. Reject. Barry Darsow left. Alright. Book event. What is going on here? Alright. So Spring Stampede did 4.5 million views. Altogether, did a 6.5 million views. Hell yeah. We have Clash of Champions in 13 days. Thank you guys for tuning in for this. The next time we're here, I will update you guys. But we're rebooking 25 years. So